ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man. It's your boy Big Sauce. Tap in with me. What's happening? Knicks Pacers game 4. What we got? We cannot have another Anthony Towns explosion in this piece. Pardon me, man. You see this shit, bro. Let you get a little bit of the fit. You see the Muhammad Ali, ContendersClothing.com. You see this. Knicks Pacers game 4. Who you got, man? Who you got? I'm rocking with the Pacers. Obviously, y'all know what it is, man. Indiana boy 219 and 317, you know what I'm saying? But I rep Indiana hard. We're going to see what's happening. Pacers, this is a must win. This is the definition of a must win. You up 2-1. Game 4 at the crib. You just lost game 3. You was up 20. You had everything in your favor, the foul trouble and everything. But it's cool. We stole game 1. They took game 3. We took game 2. So now this game 4 is really about who wants to go to the NBA Finals. Indiana's going to play hard. Pacers, I need y'all to lock in. Neesmith, get the ankle together. I just need everybody, Nembhard, Halliburton, be aggressive. Siakam, be aggressive. Turner, get in front of Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns was very influential in the last game. Had a phenomenal fourth quarter, 20 points in the fourth quarter. It was surreal to watch in real time. You know what I'm saying? How great he was that night. So Karl Anthony Towns, shout out to him, Miles Turner, or switch it up, do something. Put Obi Toppin on him or something. Somebody, I saw the suggestion, one of the Morris twins suggested putting maybe Siakam on him to maybe not allow him to drive. At least you just got to shoot over somebody. You can't put somebody over he can drive around because now he's too dangerous. That's 7 foot, probably damn near 300 pounds coming down the lane trying to flush on you. And I know the jokes, people be getting the jokes off, you know, we all see the feminine jokes, like let's not play crazy, but whatever jokes you want to get off, that nigga be hooping. I appreciate everybody and their patience, sticking with me, man, seeing what's happening. Did y'all see the white dude stab 2 Knicks fans in Carmel, at the brewery in Carmel? Oh yeah, that's a real thing. I don't have his name, but he stabbed 2 patrons, 2 Knicks fans. And apparently they was arguing. He knocked the dude Knicks cap off. They got into a verbal altercation. He got put out the establishment, right? They told him to leave. So then the people who he got into it with, the Knicks fans, they chilling. He done left. They resuming their night, right? He comes through the fence and stabs them while they on the patio. Ah, yeah. This dude is insane. And honestly, get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Men to Find Peace. And honestly, bro, dude got a lawsuit with the establishment. How the hell you gonna throw somebody out and then they come back in and do something to me? Now, in my opinion, being from the hood, if you get into it with somebody, you should leave. I mean, that's just my personal feelings about things. If you have some type of altercation with somebody and you get into it, I feel like you should leave. But you're not obligated to, right? Because got into it and kept partying, like, fuck it. So you're not obligated to. But in hindsight, knowing what I know in life, you should leave. But they didn't, they stayed. He stabbed him. Carmel, Indiana. It's very important that this story is monitored. Because for one, this sets a dangerous precedent, right? For psychos, people who looking to just voluntarily crash out. Like, bro, you crashed out over somebody wearing a New York Knicks hat, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Nah, like real shit, bro. Like, white man, you crashed out over a motherfucking, you crashed out over a nigga wearing a New York Knicks hat, son. Like, come on, man, what we doing, B? A New York Knicks hat? Man, niggas is tripping. And the thing is, bro, you really stabbed 2 people, bro. Like, you lost your mind, bro. You going to prison because somebody a fan of the New York Knicks? Man. Get this motherfucker off the streets, bro. Like, you that crazy that you actually gonna get thrown, like, getting thrown out of some shit should already be your calm down effect. Every time I've ever doubled back after getting my calm down effect and ignoring this shit has always went left. Like, if I try to do something, right, and I probably shouldn't be doing it, and I kind of don't do it, get away with it, and I go back to do it, it always ends up fucked up. Once they threw your ass out that club, I think his name Jacob. Once they threw you out that club, bro, you should have been done. Ain't non-NBA player finna put some money on your books, bro. Like, you literally let the alcohol destroy your future. I'm available for all modeling opportunities, you know? But yeah, you let the alcohol destroy your future. Cause the nigga was wearing a hat? Well, you shitting me? You shitting me? Hey, man, listen. When you get my age, bro, you can't pay me to beef with somebody. Like, you couldn't pay me to have an altercation with somebody. Like, I don't have no desire to be in no situation with nobody. Like, that's how peaceful my life is. Even people I thought I wouldn't talk to, I made it amends to talk to anybody to just have peace or disconnect from the energy. That's how peaceful I want the remainder of my life. Like, I want to be a dude at peace. I don't want the turmoil. I don't want to be around ignorant nigga shit. And I'm going to get to OKC in Minnesota, right? But I got a question. How old is a nigga to stand on the block, right? Like, I'm always amazed niggas in cities. And you know, maybe it's different in tighter metropolitan areas, right? But I always be like, bro, like, how do it feel like to be like the 37-year-old nigga on the block? You know what I'm saying? Like, just 1 in the afternoon on the block. You know what I'm saying? Looking for some nickel and dime hustle to get by on the block, bro. In your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. You 40-something standing next to a nigga at a rap concert with 30 people. I always wondered about that type of shit. Like, how old is too old to be on the block? And this is for black people, black Americans. How old is too old for a nigga to be on the block? Honestly, $21, man. I mean, yeah, by the time you turn 21, bro, you should have you some type of business. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being outside all day, nigga. I can't tell niggas how to live their life. To each his own. God bless. But I promise you, bro, if you can find something with a repetitive pattern for some discipline, something that can bring some character, I never wanted to be a nigga on the block. Even when niggas was standing on the block, when you supposed to been standing on the block, I wanted an automobile. I didn't want to be stationary. I never liked being stationary. I never liked not being fresh. You know what I mean? Like, you see the baby powder. You see me hop out the farm with the baby powder, nigga. Like I'm at a Romanian gender reveal. You see this fly shit, man. Find you something to play with. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to just be a nigga outside blending in amongst a bunch of niggas. Now, I could do that and kick it for a minute. You know, I got the gear, I'm fresh, I'm outside, I'm kicking it, my niggas. But when walking became an inconvenience, I stopped walking. So when I stopped walking, that eliminated being on the block. No. To me, like, if you designated already on the block, bro, you've already stepped into a section like the loser side of the bracket. You might can get a plaque, but it's like, it's a plaque for losers. You know what I'm saying? Like, just as a man, because, you know, you're supposed to be able to show your kids something, man. You know what I mean? Like, even if you become the manager of motherfucking Costco's, nigga, like, do something. Like, show them niggas you making up your bed, bro. Show them niggas you doing 25 push-ups. Show them niggas see you going to the gym, taking out the trash on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Show them niggas see you holding down a job for 18 months, bro. Like, come on, man, stop playing. Like, at some point, we gotta like, want more for ourselves and not accept the conditions given to us. You know, I came out of prison, nigga. I could have easily accepted them $25 and said, I'm gonna thug it out. Whatever happens, happens. My life I already did know. I'm not gonna let that dictate the future for me or myself or my children, my wife. No. I was determined to grasp my future. Now, have I made mistakes? I made several. But I promise you, I already started out with a plan and a determination that most men can't conceive or even imagine on their wildest acid trip. You see what I'm saying? So this shit cut different. So to my young niggas, the moral of the story, don't be a nigga aspiring just to be on the block. If you see some niggas doing something and they having fun, bro, kick it, boom, leave. Right? Get to everything early so you can peep it, and then leave way before anything ends. And never just be a nigga standing outside. Never be a nigga just standing around. Like, love yourself enough that you ain't just an extra nigga. Cause I promise you, the nigga you standing around and tell you he love you, he wouldn't trade places with you. One thing about any real nigga, even when he being a soldier, you can see it. You can see a nigga at 15 and be like, yeah, that little nigga want to be something different. You know, he want a car, he want the girls, he want the chains, the ropes, the diamond. He want to do that differently. You know what I mean? So it's already seen. Point seen, money gone. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Nowhere else are you gonna get laced with this type of game. I promise you. Like, straight up. Like, it's just nowhere you gonna get laced with it. But nah, man, you know, so you don't just be no nigga just standing around like a nigga with no ambition. Nigga drinking in the daytime ass nigga. Unless you going to a day party, bro, it's a holiday, nigga. You ain't got no reason to be drinking in the middle of the day, nigga. Get yourself together, bro. Get an exercise routine, nigga. You ain't gotta be no fucking sex symbol, nigga, with a six-pack, but at least be able to be in the physical conditions to do whatever you gotta do for your family and yourself, nigga. And just be in shape, nigga, to defend you and your woman and your family without a firearm. And just like have a routine, bro, have goals, have plans. It don't always start with money, it start with your habits. You see what I'm saying? Too many of y'all trying to get money without having good habits. You ain't good habits. Now, I I have great habits. Sometimes I had to try. Some of my biggest flaws is I don't live in a moment, or I don't appreciate where I'm at because I want to go somewhere else. That's one of my biggest flaws. Like, I got a car, it's so nice. I know it's nice. I didn't accept that overall wave in the beginning. Everybody like how nice your shit is. And it's still nicer than anything anybody in my peer group got, but I want something else. That's always been my problem. But that drive also allows me to burst through ceilings that wouldn't have been imaginable without it. So that's the catch-22. Like, the drive is forthright, forthcoming, aggressive. My thought process is aggressive. And I've accepted that. I've accepted some of the twists and turns my thought process is taking me on. I've accepted some of the violence I've absorbed and displayed. I've accepted it all with so much grace in my 50s, so much grace, so much peace. Like, I just want to be, I was at a gas station in California, right? I'm chilling. Got my family with me, right? Old player pull up in a drop top vet, hop out, about 6'2", 6'3", good shape, cowboy hat. What's up, young man? How you doing? I said, what's up, sir? How you doing? You looking good. I said, you too, young man. What's your name? Shook my hand. I said, yeah, man, this is my family. Spoke to the family, you know what I'm saying? I said, man, he said, how old are you, man? I probably I was in my early 40s. And he was just like, yeah, I'm from the Midwest too, man. I moved out here about 30 years ago, bro. Changed my life. He was like, I'm 74. I'm like, oh, shit. I thought dude was like 62, 63. Player, he like, man, eliminate the stress out your life. Get your routine. You know what I'm saying? And get you some sunshine in you. You live forever. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy this shit. Like, enjoy it. Now, that's one thing I will do. With all the mind games I play with myself, I will enjoy life. Now, I look at my pictures and be like, damn, I was here. I was there. That was fun. But I'm enjoying it, and then it's like, bam, right next to the next shit. So, like, when my goal is to start really allowing my mind to really rest. I don't know if my mind ever rests, and as I get older, that's a priority of mine now. My blood pressure is good, my thoughts is good, I'm good. Sometimes I smoke too much. Sometimes I eat too much. I like food. Thank God I'm vegetarian. I wasn't vegetarian, I'd be fat in the motherfucker. But I just try to find ways to let my mind rest. Like, watch a game and only think about the game. When I go out with these drives with my lady, just no phone, no nothing, just music, us, the serenity of the ride. When I sleep, just decompress. If you worry about something, you can change it, change it. If you can't change it, don't worry about it. You can never fix what's behind you, but you can accidentally ignore what's in front of you, and then that's gonna start a cycle you ain't gonna want. So have some discipline. Get you some business. You can make a mistake and recover, but if you got bad habits, you're gonna be a bum nigga for the rest of your life. I'm just being honest with you. Like, if you don't have good habits, if you don't have discipline, if you don't have the discipline to be able to find a life you enjoy, but still take care of your woman, take care of your home, do yard work, do chores around the house, pay bills, find time at least 8 to 10 hours a week for your kids, social activities and practices, then more time for them, then time for yourself, then time to watch the Lakers versus the Clippers, you ain't gonna never have the discipline to never be nothing but a nigga on the block or a nigga standing next to another nigga. See, a lot of people ain't gonna tell you that. Like, they gonna, you can have your niggas, but all your niggas need to have some business. So I'm not against having a brotherhood. Quite the contrary, I'm an advocate of it, but within that brotherhood, individually as men, niggas need to be handling their business. You know what I mean? ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Tap into this flasher. Oh, let me get me some water. Yeah, Wolves Thunder. I thought the Wolves had a legit chance. SGA and Jalen Williams, man, too much. Too hard to handle, too scrappy. Rest of the team, too scrappy. I told y'all before, previous pod, I think it was timestamped April 22nd, if I'm not mistaken, that they had a look reminding me of the 91 Bulls. I still stand by that. But I thought it was maybe 90-ish Bulls, like we right there. I thought Minnesota might be able to jump in and sneak them a Dallas type championship. But nah, like I saw Cuff the Legend. I seen him tweet today. It's gonna be a long run for them boys. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a real long run for them boys. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man. Follow all my guys too on the hoop tip. My guy B Craw, man. Spook by the Door. Brian Crawford, my boy Jody Joe, OG Slim, Jody McFly. Follow all my guys, man. Tap in, bro. But I thought Minnesota would play better. I thought they would dominate on the glass, especially with Gobert. I thought Randall would have an advantage, being a bigger power forward. I thought he would have more of a presence on it. Thunder coach is doing a tremendous job. Thunder coaching staff actually is doing a tremendous job scheming against Anthony Edwards with the zones. He's always seeing three opposite colors at one time, 2-3 colors. They got him kind of in a triangle. It's hard to kind of maneuver and play that way, so he can't really get high percentage shots. And then when he passes the ball around, kind of shots not being made or the plays not being made by other players. And so it's making it very difficult for him. Some of the shots he is shooting or making is leading to ineffective field goal percentages. So he's got to have one of those games where he go off, where he 7 for 10 from deep, 7 for 11 from deep, and then that'll get everything else going. When they bottle him up and he try and get downhill, get to the mid-range, they bottle him up and he kick it out and they don't make plays, it's tough for Minnesota. I feel like they could have won the game last night, but yeah, it's tough for Minnesota. They had to win that game last night. It's going to be basically impossible to beat these guys 3 games in a row. And if I wanted an excuse to try to say it, I would try to come up with one, but it would just be unrealistic to think that you're going to beat the defendant. I mean, somebody who had the best record in the league with the MVP 3 times in a row, and they got 2 of those 3 at the crib, that's not happening. If it was the other way around, I'd say it was a possibility. You know, 2016 Cavs did it. So it's possible, but it's unlikely, you know. Thunder here to stay, man. Thunder here to stay. We're gonna see the conspiracy theories. I know a lot of people have been talking, voicing a disapproval about a possible Indiana OKC Thunder series. My retort to that is this is not the 80s or the 90s or the early 2000s even. This is not the Sacramento Tim Donaghy days. This is 2025. Everybody has a better relationship with players due to gambling, DraftKings, FanDuel, all those type of gambling amenities that have taken over like the basic premise of time in society. So most people relate to more players now. Like more people have a better understanding of the game and the style of play and what they want to watch. Like, yes, New York would make a ton of money and advertisers it make a ton of money, but from a people standpoint, people are gonna watch the MVP versus Halliburton. I don't know why y'all thinking they not. We get caught up in what city the finals is as opposed to more if it's a good finals. Denver and Miami was a shit finals. Who cares that the finals was in Miami, bro? Phoenix and Milwaukee was a great final. Who cares where it was? So I understand the thought process because obviously I'm mature enough and I come from the era where it did matter where the finals was. They didn't want the Sacramento, Indiana finals in 2000. People wasn't carrying cell phones. Now, if you watch hoop, you're not gonna not watch hoop because the Pacers are in the finals. Would the Knicks bring more people to the finals? Obviously, it's the Knicks. But the Knicks fans that are basketball fans are gonna watch the finals anyway. Now, if the Knicks win, of course it'll be a plethora of benefits for New York, for the New York market, for the algorithm of things, New York. You know what I mean? Because they loud. It's apparent that both cities are thirsty for an opportunity to win a championship. And they would make a lot of money. The clubs, the promotions, the parties, the ads. It would be a windfall, but if we just talking hoop, I just don't feel like that desire to do that in the league is still applicable as it was at one time. Yeah, so I wanted Minnesota to give them a run. I want to see Ant-Man go to the finals. It's looking like we're going to be looking at that Love's truck stop shit. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man. It's your boy, Sauce Mackenzie. Hey, man. Do you ever just... Let me ask you an honest question. You got to be honest with this shit. Have you ever just wonder how amazing it is that we can determine what and how and where we feel comfortable in what room, right? So I'll give you an example. And I know it sounds a little crazy, but walk with me. If I say, yeah, it's too many niggas in there, you know exactly what I mean, right? If I say, it wasn't enough niggas in there, you know exactly what I mean, right? If I say, yeah, nah, it ain't my kind of niggas in there, motherfucker. You know what I mean, right? So a person can say some shit like, nah, I'm good, man. I'm gonna stay to myself. You got some niggas over there I don't like. You know what I mean? Like every meaning you got, you start building up defenses as you get older to keep your peace and your sanity and stay alive. When you're younger, you just want to have some fucking fun and pray you make it home, but you really ain't living like you give a fuck. But when you hear people get older and they say, yeah, man, I don't be around these niggas. I can't be around this shit, bro. Hey, I remember the first time I had to look in the mirror. The first time you told yourself, man, I don't want to be around these niggas, bro. Too many dollars. Now you always had the sixth sense of, I don't want to be the flyest niggas around a room full of just impoverished niggas. You know what I'm saying? So you always had that kind of sixth sense. But then you also had the sixth sense of like, niggas can be some college niggas. You can be like, these is not my kind of niggas. It could be some other niggas that ain't college niggas. It's just weird. You could be like, yo, these, you know what I'm saying? These ain't my type of niggas. And you know what that means. So I guess what I'm trying to say is when you black and you got taste and you got preferences, It's such a weird balance of what you want to be around. Because first of all, you want to be around some type of ownership. That's the first sense of peace. Being around people that own their shit. That brought me to a plateau of peace I never understood. Well, I kind of understood it as a kid because my mom owned hers and my dad owned his. And I didn't understand the peace of that feeling until I owned mine. But yeah, that's a different plateau. But gaining that as an adult, top tier feeling. So that's when your preferences start kicking in a little bit, right? Now your kids getting a little older, you know, they was young first. You go to Chuck E. Cheese a little bit, Master Lab and shit. Now you done bought that home. And your preferences. Now you maybe done put your woman in a nicer vehicle. Now you want to go out here and try the photo place in Carmel. Now you want to do Sky Zone. You don't even see it happening. But it's your preferences kicking in. Now you move, you buy that home. Either you in a nicer area than where you came from, or extremely nice area. Yeah, so now your grocery preferences change. Now you going in the grocery store where they got the fresh misters on the cabbage. They got kale, asparagus, squash, parsley, ginger, you know what I'm saying? Limes, kiwi, dragon fruit, mangoes. They got it all. Blueberries, raspberries, cranberries. It's amazing. They got a deli with sushi. Now look at you. Look at that romaine lettuce. It's amazing. You get used to it. Now you changing your preferences, right? You start taking you some trips, right? Now you want airplanes. Now you having conversations with people from worlds that you would never interact in. Yeah, you in conversation with people that you never interact with, so you chopping up real game with real players. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's changing your preferences. So now you've been around the globe, the continent, whatever. You've been chopping it up with CEOs, computer techs, and you still chopping it up with your people. Your friends that have substance in their conversations, y'all still locked in, check on each other, whatever, right? A lot of other people that fell to the wayside, it wasn't real. So, but anyway, what I'm saying is once you start getting them experiences, your preference in the conversation, your frequency antennas change and what you allowed to absorb. Now I don't want to hear this bullshit babble this nigga talking, bro. You really never wanted to hear it, but 60, 75 first class flights, you change your tone of what you think is important to hear. And you change your tone about what you think is important to engage with, or even a nigga thinking he competition with you, right? If you really look at it and look at your life, it's ludicrous. But you gotta free your mind from them things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't easy being a nigga that rose from the ashes. You know what I'm saying? Because when you rose from the ashes, you know what I'm saying? It's always moving. And the thing about rising from the ashes is you want to keep rising. Because they going to try to stumble you, bro. Like, let's be real, bro. Like, I might be the number one nigga when it comes to niggas not wanting a nigga to win something, anything. And I never knew why. I mean, I know why, let's be honest. Genetically, I'm blessed. I look good. I always had the personality and the looks and the flair. And I had enough bad boy shit around me. No diddy. But just like, I was funny, I was tough, and I looked good. You know what I mean? And I used to dance at sock ops and shit. Like, I go to the dance, I dance with the girls. I jump right in 4 or 5 girls. I grab them, I start dancing. By the time you see me, I'm sweaty. So I had a flavor, a flair. So it started then with people who knew me early. You know, I was running in different types of hate. And then I always had that pockets of energy in my life. Forever, like, and then it would start a mob of niggas who just would start a mob of other niggas who didn't like me and wouldn't even know why. Like, I would literally have a bunch of niggas not liking me, not knowing why, and it's probably just because I'm a fly ass nigga. And the thing that made it worse is I never gave a fuck because I knew individually I slapped the shit out of one of them niggas and they wouldn't say nothing to me on the elevator. So that's the shit that make it really like lit. And I outgrew that. So your preferences is you just get away from bullshit. You get my age, like now, I tell you right now, my preference, nigga, is sand in my toes, a drink, my feet in pool water, looking at my ceiling fan, looking at the mountains, riding in my shit, eating with my lady, eating with my family, watching my kids continue to get academic success and financial success and gains and set up plans for them to be straight and just be about peace. Like, I don't want no negative, nothing in my life. It make my head hurt, Chief. So understanding as a man, you got a right to some preferences to stop feeling bad. And another thing to your preferences, if it's somebody around you, you know dead weight, you know it's a dead frequency, you know they ain't good for you, the sooner you cut them off, the better. It's harder, it's better to be a cautious friend now than a regretful friend later. If I had anything that I would ever take back, it just would be the amount of people I've let absorb my sunlight because they meant me no good. They meant me darkness. But you can't darken what God has given light to. Amen. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. It's your boy Sauce Mackenzie. Follow me on all socials at Concrete Genius Pod, man. Tap in with this real shit. I appreciate it. And once again, pardon me for this fly shit. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer. 8 Tips for Man to Find Peace, available anywhere online at ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. And please go to my YouTube, subscribe at Concrete Genius Pod. Go to my Instagram page, it's Sauce Mackenzie, Concrete Genius Pod, subscribe. Go to Twitter, Sauce Mackenzie, and subscribe. I need these subscriptions. I really do.